Hey, I'm Gina McIntyre. Happy Advent. I'm here to talk a little bit today about the manger and what part it plays in the Christmas story. Now, I love nativity sets. If I could, I would buy every one I saw, and if I had room in my house. And I also love tiny little things. I think that's maybe because I'm so short. I don't know, but I've always been obsessed. So I have found a way to buy multiple nativity scenes and be able to display them in my house, and that is by buying these miniature little nativity scenes. I just love them. They're so cute and they're so tiny, and they mean so much to me because they remind me of Jesus, but they also have some personal meaning for each one of them. So for example, this little one I got on one of my many mission trips to Costa Rica, but what's special about this one is that my niece went with me. My family goes a lot. My daughter has been with me several times, but on this trip, my niece, Sarah Kate, was with me. So whenever I see this, I always think about the time we had together. This one right here is another favorite. Now, they're all my favorites, so I'm gonna say this, but we got this on a trip, a family trip that we went on. This one is especially important to me because last year my mom and I went on a trip to Maine, and this one was blessed by a monk. So it was really cool. He told us he felt the Spirit of God when my mom walked in the room. So it's a really neat memory that I have. Here's another one from Costa Rica. I think I mentioned I love going to Costa Rica on our mission trips here at Asbury. And this is the very first one I ever bought. This was on a very special trip, a girls' trip to Mentone that I take every year, almost every year, with some girls here from Asbury. So this was what got me started. I actually bought it for my daughter, but then I loved it so much I decided to keep it for myself. And I've got lots of others, but this is another favorite that I cannot remember where I got it from, but I love it anyway. So why all the nativity scenes today is because I wanted to talk about the manger. And in each one of these, if you look closely at it, the manger is depicted in a different way. There's a lot of controversy about, was the manger really wood, was it stone, that sort of thing. But I read a devotion recently by a man named Skip Heitzig. I probably said his name wrong, but it made me think about all my nativity sets and the manger in each one of them. He said that the word manger in the Bible means either a feeding trough or an enclosure for animals. Never really heard that part about the enclosure for animals, but it doesn't matter what the manger really looked like. What it does matter is why the manger? Why was Jesus born in the manger instead of a palace or some grand place back in the times there? The answer can be found in two words: humility and accessibility. His mother wrapped him in swaddling cloths, just like any peasant of the time. This great gift came in simple wrapping. The one who would be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and the Creator came to us as a baby. It's amazing, and the more you think about it, the more staggering it becomes. This humility would depict his entire life and ministry, and even when he died, he was buried in a borrowed grave. Because he was humble, this made him accessible. Going into a palace to see a king would have been intimidating, but there's nothing intimidating about going into a stable with a baby in a manger. You don't need special credentials, you didn't need appointment. Anybody could come in, and the shepherds could just walk right in there. So this marked not only Jesus' birth, but his entire life. Jesus was always accessible to people. He said, "Let the little children come to me." He let people with incurable diseases. He welcomed everybody. So it's not really important what your nativity scene looks like. The most important thing is what you think about the child that was placed in the manger, and that you remember he's always accessible to you.